Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over the changes that are going to be coming to War. It has been the long announced updates to War where Mythic characters are going to be the only characters we can use during CRWs and Blitz Wars and so on and so forth. There are, I believe, 2 more wars left where you can use S classes and below. Then we'll be moving on to Mythics only from, I believe, the last War of Champions Qualifier and the War of Champions for Season 3 itself. There is also a cross-region war schedule update, and I believe some of the dates may have been moved for War of Champions itself as well by 1 week. We'll go through all the information, and it says Mythic only war and CRW / War of Champions reschedule. And it says, to elevate the stress of back-to-back cross-region war qualifiers, we'll be delaying this weekend's War of Champions CRW by 1 week. This will also push back the rest of the War of Champions qualifier schedule, so we thought it important to share this with players as soon as possible. We'll be providing a Blitz War in the place of this weekend's CRW to keep some expected weekend war activity. We are also excited to share the date of the first Mythic only war event scheduled for the final War of Champions qualifier, so players can have some time to prepare. Here are the last wars of Season 3. You can see this upcoming weekend is going to be a Blitz War, and that is going to take place on the 14th. So that will indeed be the Friday and the Saturday for people in America. For people in the UK, that is pretty much midnight on Saturday morning until midnight on Saturday night. Just the entirety of Saturday. You know how it goes. So it's going to be a 24-hour Blitz War, as is always with Blitz Wars pretty much. Then we have the 5th qualifier for War of Champions. It's going to be a CRW for Season 3. That is going to be on the 21st of January to the 23rd of January. It's going to last for 48 hours. This will also be the last opportunity to use those S classes if you so wish, because the next CRW, which will be the last War of Champions qualifier, will be a Mythic only cross-region war, and it will start on the 4th of February at 4 PM Pacific time, and it will end on the 6th of February at 4 PM Pacific time. Then we all, of course, will have the War of Champions itself, which I think has actually been shifted back a week until the 18th of February. It will go on to the 20th of February. It will last 48 hours, just like any other CRW, where the top 100 qualifying factions will obviously battle it out in the War of Champions region itself. Now, this would probably have been a big issue for a lot of people. I did see a lot of people talking about the potential of S classes being removed and how much they're kind of required based on the fact that we do have massive burn and bleed issues right now. However, by the time this first Mythic only CRW comes in, people should start getting their hands on a grade 5 Jackie. And Jackie's leader skill, of course, gives all teammates 100% bleed and 100% burn resistance for the first 2 turns of combat. No issues with the likes of Zachary on defense teams, and no issues with the likes of Ty on defense teams, which are still, quite heavily used by people. I think the only way you could kind of get around it at the moment was people were using S-Class Angel, was it, as the leader, and then you couldn't use your signature moves to cleanse the bleed. I did that a couple of times myself. So Zachary on defense teams could still be viable, but with S classes being removed, that's not going to be an issue, of course. No more Mercers on defense team, and no more Dumb Reflect. Well, I mean, we've still got reasonably high levels of Dumb Reflect, but it's not going to be the levels of S class Dumb Reflect, which is just like you do a basic attack and you reflect like millions of damage onto yourself. That's not going to be a case anymore. So now when you go into your roster, you will no longer be able to use those S classes. You're going to have to untick that 6-star and then click only on the Mythic characters and then try and formulate defense and attack teams with the characters that you have at your disposal. This is pretty much how I think it should have been for a while. I think cheesing with S classes has been pretty bad. I would like to see this move on to other parts of the game too, not just into war. There are a couple of arenas, for instance, where it's like standard arena, but I still see people using Mercer leads in standard arenas. So it's pretty rough. Like right now, I am looking at a draft arena and you can see some Outlast characters from the S-Class era. You're also seeing the likes of Jesus. Fortunately, draft arena, you can basic attack all of 5 of those characters, not be an issue. But it's when people use Mercer leads here. That's the biggest issue, especially within draft. because you don't have the sort of thing you don't have a team at disposal that you can actually get things done. Zachary's bad enough in draft because obviously Zachary is non-counterable. It's pretty much down to the random characters that you draw. You could just randomly not draw anyone who has any sort of bleed resist, and you're kind of in trouble. So far, we have managed to get one, but you can just get unfortunate, and that's just kind of the way it goes. But that's it for the updates to War of Champions qualifiers, and this won't just be for the end of Season 3. This will no doubt go into the start of Season 4, so this is going to be it for S-classes when it comes to War. What are your thoughts? Is this a couldn't come soon enough sort of situation for yourself? I do see a lot of people kind of in the same sort of position as me, kind of hating the reflect, especially on S-classes. But some of the S-class skills are just pretty nuts. Even the weapons, you've got likes of Marge just giving everyone a Guardian Shield, just slows everything down in the right or wrong setup, depending on how you look at it. It's hard to come out of those fights with everyone alive, and it's sometimes an S-class character that's taking you out because of those nuts reflex that they can do. There are some ways around it. There is actually a character just being released that was a way around it, which is the Gentleman, but he's not going to be really usable. I guess the last CRW is going to be pretty much it. I don't think, probably won't even be able to get your hands on him really until way later down the line. So yeah, it's just the way it is. But for me, I think it's been long overdue, and I'm happy to see the back of them. Mythic's only kind of the same situation I was feeling when it was in Conquest. It felt really stupid to have to rely on overpowered stuff within S classes to get through Conquest stages. It'd be better to balance the game and have it so that it was better built for Mythic characters, and hopefully that's what's going to happen going forward. There's a bit more of a balanced approach when it comes to war attacks, war defenses. We'll have to wait and see what happens when it comes to the sort of attack teams and defense teams we're going to see. But that's it. Do tell me your thoughts on a removal of S classes. Also, the schedule update. I know I saw a lot of people were a bit annoyed with that, just based on maybe booking time off work and so on and so forth. But hopefully that's not too much of a problem. And we're still over a month away, so you should be able to hopefully get that adjusted. And I hope that's not too much of an issue for anyone. But that is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.